home last night. I was worried about you. Did something happen? No, nothing. Look what I found down in the village. We're gonna have to get away from here, Belle. This means you're also wanted in this state.
It isn't safe anywhere now. $15,000 is a pile of money. Why, Rafika, even you must be tempted by the reward.
I'm sorry. I mean, I'm afraid I suffer from curiosity. You know you shouldn't play with guns, dear.
Damn you!
Might hurt yourself. Come on now.
Stop! Don't move. If you try any tricks, you're dead. Drop the match. Hands up. Come on over here. Hurry.
Well, what a delightful surprise. So Blackie wasn't alone out there on the roof. He had someone with him, Miss Belle Starr, if I'm not mistaken.
Outlaws in the West, from early to the mid-19th century, have always mainly been portrayed as men. Belle Starr, born as Mira Maybelle Shirley on February 5, 1848, on her father's farm near Carthage, Missouri, began a, at first, very simple farm girl life. In Belle Starr's early life, she moved into the city of Carthage, Missouri, where her father was an innkeeper and slaveholder. In fact, Belle Starr excelled in academics and played the piano at Missouri's Carthage Female Academy. Although Mira Maybelle Shirley's early life seemed normal, her latter life flipped upside down when she became involved with some of the wrong people in the West. When the Shirley family moved to Texas, the character Belle Starr finally arises from the originally innocent Mira Maybelle Shirley. After moving to Syene, Texas, the Shirley family became involved with Missouri-born criminals. This movement towards the West sparked the transformation into one of the most renowned woman outlaws of the West. Her and her family teamed with Jesse James and the younger brothers, who are all distinguished criminals. After the Civil War, the Reed family moved into Texas. Mira Maybelle Shirley ended up marrying Jim Reed in 1866. After several unsuccessful attempts to start a farming business, Jim Reed resorted to joining the Starr clan that was governed by an outlaw Cherokee family.
Belle Starr's criminal life can be directly connected to her husband's involvement in the Starr clan. Belle Starr came into the world as a farm girl and left the world as a famous, or rather infamous, outlaw. In fact, Belle Starr is one of the first women to break the motherly stereotype many women encompassed during the movement towards the West.
After Jim Reed shot the man who had supposedly shot and killed his brother, Reed was wanted by the law. Reed, Belle, and their daughter fled to California to hide out. In California, the illegal activity did not stop. 2 years later, Jim was caught using counterfeit money. Jim, Belle, and their now 2 children fled to Texas. It was then in Texas Belle was finally officially involved in illegal activity. In November 1873, Jim Reed was with 2 of his Starr Clan buddies robbed a wealthy man of $30,000 of gold coins. Belle was named an accomplice to the robbery, thus making her a fugitive on the run. She went back to Syene, Texas, where Jim Reed went into hiding in Paris, Texas. Jim continued with his bad ways in April 1874 when he robbed a stagecoach, which resulted in his death by a deputy sheriff's pistol when trying to get away from him. After her husband's death, she left her children with her family and went directly back to the Starr Clan in Arkansas. There, she was able to surround herself with outlawry acts. Following her husband's footsteps, Belle Starr began her trek into the criminal life. She organized, planned, fenced, and harbored rustlers, horse thieves, and bootleggers from the law.
Listen, Chesterton, I was just telling the boys. We'll have to change our plans. We have to strike tonight, right here in Root City.
The way you talk, it's simple, like crossing a street.
No, it won't be easy, because we've chosen the time when the greatest number of people are guarding the jewels. That's the one time when they probably think there's no danger. It's not easy, but for $1 million, it's worthwhile. Now, I want to tell you my idea. They expect to be attacked on the ground, right? Instead, we'll arrive from the roof. Now, for this job to succeed, we have to be completely silent, because a wrong step would bring Pinkerton's guards down on us like a ton of bricks, and we wouldn't have a chance. There must be no mistakes. We must do things carefully, and we'll make it.
Following these true outlaw ways, Belle Starr married Samuel Starr in 1880. Judge Isaac C. Parker was focused on bringing Belle Starr into the prison in order to serve justice. Finally, both Belle and Sam were convicted for horse theft in 1883. The jury sentenced each of them to a year in prison. Oddly enough, Belle was tame when in prison, unlike her husband. Sam was assigned hard labor. Despite their different attitudes while in prison, both were let out after 9 months.
Belle and Sam did not become reformed while in prison and immediately started their criminal ways once being released from prison. Belle Starr's criminal attitude was shown when she explained to a Dallas newspaper reporter when she said, "I am a friend to any brave and gallant outlaw." This quote really does describe how Belle Starr felt during this time. Her life had turned upside down and she was one of the most wanted outlaws in the West at the time.
Belle's criminal activities continued on for several years to follow. She was repeatedly arrested for robbery, but was always released of lack of evidence. One arrest in 1886, she was found dressed as a man while robbing a post office.
Look, Belle, I'm sorry. I didn't know he was your uncle.
If you hadn't shot him first, I would have. It didn't mean anything to me.
I just remembered. We got a little account to settle. I think you got my gun. Can I have it back?
What are you doing?
I'll have the rifle, too. Now you know what it feels like for one of us to be left sitting around without his gun. The way you left me.
Go away. That night, Cole and his men got drunker than Indians. Maybe they wanted to forget all the shooting and killing, or maybe they wanted to see how I would react. They knew I was in trouble. The whole countryside was after me. I'd killed the sheriff, and everyone would blame me for my uncle's death and the massacre of his men. And
Also in 1886, Sam Starr was murdered by a longtime enemy. The legendary life of Belle Starr was cut short 2 days before her 41st birthday on February 3rd, 1889, when she was shot in the back by a shotgun while going home to a ranch from a general store. The identity of the murderer was never confirmed because of zero witnesses. Belle Starr's epitaph on her gravestone was written by her daughter Pearl. It reads, "Shed not for her the bitter tear, nor give the heart to vain regret. 'Tis but the casket that lies here, the gem that filled it sparkles yet." Belle Starr's lifetime can be described as trend-setting because she demonstrated how not only men were outlaws in the West. Although she died at the age of 41, the outlaw Belle Starr sure did a lot of living throughout those years. Belle Starr is the woman outlaw.
Belle Starr's criminal life. What?
Just to start when it starts counting.
Belle and Sam did not become reformed while in prison and immediately started their criminal piece.
Why?
Belle and Sam. I started too early. Belle Starr's criminal life can be directly connected to her husband's involvement in the Starr.
Oh my god.